Hello friends, and welcome back to our little coffee club. Today we're gonna play around again with the Horizon, but today we're gonna test it out on dark roast coffee. So when I spoke to Simon sent me this. Simon is the gentleman that roasts and owns Agni Coffee, agniroasters.com for some Agni coffee. Remember to use O'Neill15 at checkout to get 15% off. Okay, so Simon sent me this tool, this new coffee tool that people have been playing with online. And the video previous to this one, last Sunday, well, I don't know if it's the previous to this one because I've been doing a lot of lives, but last Sunday's video was testing the Horizon with light roast coffee. I found it to be somewhat helpful with the upfront acidity. If it's too much, it could dull it down. Again, I tested it by holding a vacuum for 20 seconds, and then I did another shot holding the vacuum for 40 seconds. At 20 seconds, the difference was just almost non-existent. It was very little difference. At 40 seconds, you could start to kind of see it more, and I think it did help the shot a little bit, at least in those two shots. Today, we're gonna see if it does anything with dark roast. So we're gonna find out. Now, something else that I wanted to mention before proceeding is that most of the videos I've seen online with people using the Horizon, they leave the vacuum on for a minute, even 2 minutes. Simon says that when you do that, it kind of just like kills the coffee. And most people's experience with this tool has been somewhat negative. So far, in my experience, kind of following Simon's suggestion as to not, leaving the vacuum on there for too long, it does seem to do something. Now, would I, recommend rushing out and buying one of these things? No, not at all. It's the same kind of thing you could do by just tweaking your shot a little bit. Okay, you can dull down the acidity on the shot by maybe brewing it a little bit longer, perhaps maybe a little bit hotter temperature. There's different tweaks you could do to do the same thing. So far that's what I've seen with this tool. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and move forward here, do some puck prep, and we're gonna pull a couple of shots of dark roast. I'm gonna do the same thing like last time. We're gonna do a vacuum for 20 seconds and taste it, and then we're gonna pull another shot, do the vacuum for 40 seconds and test it, and see if there's any difference. Okay, so, and the way I've been doing that, by the way, is just to split the shot. I get half the shot, to use the tool, and half the shot I don't do anything to it, and then I compare them to each other and see if there's anything to gain or lose by using the Horizon. For the dark roast, we're gonna be using the Lavazza Oro. You see the bag here, the Lavazza Oro. I reviewed this coffee recently, compared it to the Lavazza Rosa. That is a few videos back here on the channel. If you want to see my opinion as to that and the reason why I buy that coffee, it is kind of like a daily driver for me to making my mocha pot. And until Simon comes up with the O'Neill mocha pot special, which I'm hoping he's gonna do more kind of, although Simon's idea is to roast just high-end stuff, so maybe it'll never happen, but maybe he'll come up with some kind of dark roast that I enjoy with the mocha pot, which has a little bit pop of cherry up front. That's my preferred kind of dark roast. So it's not, some people will call that medium. As you could see, Lavazza calls it medium. But for the kind of stuff that I'm used to drinking, this is quite dark. Okay, so although it is, for most people's standards, it's a medium roast. And so yeah, that one has the little pop of acidity up front, little pop of cherry, little fruitiness up front, and then you get the traditional flavors. It's mostly you're gonna get your dark chocolate, caramel, those kind of flavors. Okay, so that's what we got right in here. Now, I haven't used this little canister forever. I only usually put like the Lavazza in here, and you can't even fit the whole bag. You can fit like half of it because it's quite a bit of coffee, and I only use a little bit every morning in my mocha pot. So most of what I drink is filter coffee, and I only drink light roast. So yeah, all right, but we're gonna go ahead, pull the shot, see what happens. 18 grams. Let's move forward here. Already chit-chatted way too much. Okay, let me refocus right there. We are about 5 minutes into this video and we are dosing out. So let's see. Let's go 18 grams. Okay, the Lavazza Oro, you know, it's a little bit more high end than the Lavazza Rosa. The Lavazza Oro is 100% Arabica. And I think it's just slightly lighter roasted. At least the bag that I have here, when I compared it to the Lavazza Rosa, seems to be a little bit lighter roasted. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to 18.2. And the reason for that is because I just cleaned out my niche zero. It's spotless in there. And I know there's probably gonna be a little retention. Let's leave it like that. Let's see if we get, it's 18.3. We'll see if we get that back or if we get 18. I think we'll have a little bit of retention. Grind size for this, wow. I think this one was at 15. Yeah, we're gonna go at grind size 15. Water temperature is 85. With these darker roast coffees, I only go to 8 bars. I don't do any kind of slayer shot or anything like that. I go straight up to the 8 bars and hopefully we get like a 30-second shot. That's for dark roast, that's what I do. Let me show you what the roast level is looking like. I'm playing my little bit of music there off to the side. Okay, there you see it. So it's you know, yeah, I guess you could call this a medium, you know. However, that's about as dark as any coffee that I drink, so never get anything darker than this. All right, let's go for it. Just show you around the setup a little bit. This is what we're looking like. All right, tap the spout. Let's see if we have a 18 or just over 18. I imagine we're gonna have a little retention. Okay, it made me look bad. We actually got a little bit extra out. I think since I cleaned it out, this is the 3rd time that I use it. And now we're already not getting absolutely any retention. As a matter of fact, we're getting a little bit of what we had in there back out. So I want to be accurate. I'm gonna take, today I feel like going the extra mile here for this test. We're going to fix it, take out a little bit. All right, you know what? We're gonna leave it there, 18.1. Okay, we're done with this. Let's do, let's fluff it up. So yes, folks, for the next few minutes, you know, just sit back, relax, enjoy the little setup, the nice, warm, ambient lighting, a little bit of music off to the side, and just, you know, for a few minutes, let's relax and not think about anything too complicated and just enjoy some coffee. Yeah, not lately, I mean, it's the situation in the world is just going rampant. It's been kind of rough recently. Okay, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna set it at 5 o'clock. Leave it ready. Okay. Let me refocus. Do a little WDT. Just take my time. Not in a hurry. With when I use the Lelit basket that I always been using on my machine, it has more room. This is like a 21 gram, I think it is 21, 22 gram basket, something like that. It gives you more room up here. So distribution doesn't become so much of a thing for me. I've noticed that on the Flare 58, I've been distributing a whole bunch, and I really like distributing when I use that one because it's an 18 gram basket and it's kind of like too high up. When I go temp, it just doesn't feel right. But with this one, I don't feel like it's a must. I don't feel like I need it too much. Okay, I think that's perfect. Little polish. Now the only thing is that since I'm splitting the shot and I'm using the spouted, and again, this is a lovely spouted portafilter. This comes with the Lelit Bianca. You get a bottomless and you get a spouted, which is one of the benefits with the Bianca. You kind of get everything that you need to get started right away. So let me lock it in. But it is lovely, it's really nice. I never use it because we always use the bottomless, but since I'm splitting the shot, all right, one thing is that I need to lift up the phone, that's right. All right, you know what, I'm gonna grab another clip. All right, I think that's a good angle there, and you'll be able to see everything today. I'm gonna go ahead and use the time more. Okay, I have two different shot glasses. I think this is gonna work better than last time because, as a matter of fact, I wish I had two of the not neutral ones, because then I would be able to place these glasses closer to each other, because you see the ones from Crew have this little belly on them, and when you use two of them together, they kind of bump each other, and then the spout is so close here that some of the coffee, if you're not extremely careful, it will spill out. At least with my spouted portafilter, the way it's shaped. All right, so we're ready. I'm using the automatic espresso function. You see it there, the A is blinking. So let's go for it. Let's just hope that we get like a 30-second shot. Now, from first drip, it'll probably be about, ideally, 25 seconds. And over here, you'll see like 35 seconds. And again, we'll be at 8 bars. The only thing I use the paddle for on this type of shot is just to kind of control the pressure so that it comes in slowly. So when it first starts coming in, I close it up, and then I just watch the needle and just make sure it goes up nice and slow. Get it up to 8 bars. You know what? The coffee's way too fine. I think it's way too fine. So grind size 15. I thought that's what it was. No, this is definitely not ideal. Okay, I'm gonna pull just a 36 gram shot, which I never do. I always go for 45. Okay, but I nailed it. 36.2, 30 seconds from first drip, 48 overall. This is not ideal. This shot is too slow. There will be some bitterness, but let's see if the Horizon does anything to it. All right, so there you see the split shot. Let's give it a little stir. Okay, we're gonna go right into using the Horizon. See what happens. Let's just put it on this one. So let me see if I can show you guys. Okay, all you do is, let me see, I press the button, you turn it on. I don't know how I'm gonna. Okay, I kind of always have to hold it down a little bit. If not, it won't make the vacuum seal. Then you let it go, it starts the timer. We're gonna let it go for 20 seconds. It seems to be a little bit like flickering. That's not really happening in real life. It's from the refresh rate on the phone. Okay, and the vacuum is released. Refocus. Okay, so we did the vacuum on this one. I think it's a press and hold to, yeah, it's a press and hold to turn it off. All right, so let's see if this does anything to this. This is one of those coffee tools. Maybe it's fun to play with, but I definitely don't recommend getting this. I mean, so far, the difference I've been able to taste is very small. It's not really worth, even going through the trouble. Other than for us hobbyists that we like messing around with tools and having some new toy to play with, that's about it. All right, here we go. Cheers. Wow, yeah, that's not good at all. It's very bitter. And let's see this one. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Wow, it did make a difference, but for the worse. Yeah, I kind of like this one better, but it's very small again. This is not worth. It's fun to, like, if you get one and you don't have to pay for it. I didn't really buy it, so obviously to mess around with it like this and see what it does. It does seem to do something, but in this case, I don't think it's a good thing. Let me see. Let me try again. Now that it cooled a little bit, the coffee is better. I mean, it was really bad at first, but I'm starting to tolerate it. It does have quite a good amount of bitterness. Yeah, not a big difference, but I like the one with no horizon better. There's a small difference. We'll see when I do 40 seconds. Last time the same thing happened. There was a very little difference at 20 seconds, but at 40 seconds, it was more noticeable. So, and then moving forward, maybe I'll experiment with a minute and 2 minutes and see what happens. But what I'm gonna do is start collecting all this excess coffee, because we're gonna make a milk drink at the end. Today we'll make a cortado. So I'm gonna save this. All right, give me a second. Okay, I have the next 18.1 grams ready to go in here. And now here's the big question. How much of what's happening so far is placebo, right? I'm expecting to see a difference, so I'm seeing a difference. I'm telling you it's small. So for all I know, it's just straight up placebo kind of effect. Maybe one of these days I get a camera woman to help me out or something and shuffle the cups and try, see if I can identify it, because it's a small difference, man. Who knows? I might want to attribute this whole experiment so far to placebo, but we'll see. Maybe at 40 seconds, last time I remember there was quite a bit of a jump, noticeable kind of change. So we'll see. Okay, we're at 18, either 18, 18.1. I'm not expecting any retention this time. This should be fine. Grind size, we went from 15 to 17 and a half. So 2.5 notches up. Let's see if we can speed up this shot by at least like 10 seconds. Okay, tap the spout. All right, exactly what we put in, we got out. So we're back to no retention. I just cleaned it out, so I know that the first, 2 or 3 times, you're gonna get a little something. Okay, fluff it up real quick. I have a feeling this video might end up being somewhat short, although we're gonna make a milk drink, so we'll see. I've been trying to keep them to no more than like 30 minutes, but you guys know me. It's somewhat difficult. Okay, I forgot to set up the portafilter, so I just rinsed it off. I'm gonna run the water from the hot water spout and get it really nice and hot really quick. Now let's run it. I'm gonna get this going really quick. Okay, we're focused up here again. The portafilter should be nice and hot now. We fluff this up. Although this is dark roast, it doesn't even really matter that much. But it's just kind of part of my workflow, and it's the way I've been doing it, so. Okay, that's dry and ready to go. Perfect. Let me refocus. The next couple videos, I might still be messing around with the Acaia Horizon. I'm gonna try like longer kind of time, leaving it on the portafilter for, I'm sorry, on the shot glass for longer. I think I wanna try 1 minute and 2 minutes like everyone else has been doing. And then after that, we'll start doing bottomless shots again with all the angles and everything, because it's better for the viewer. It's better for me to keep an eye on how well of a job I'm doing with my puck prep and all of that. So we'll go back to that. Maybe 1 or 2 more videos, splitting it up like this. Or who knows, maybe I'll just pull the shot into something else and then pour it out into, because I want to go right back to the bottomless portafilter. And of course, we're also gonna try the Horizon with filter coffee, because it's supposed to work with filter coffee as well. And maybe with filter coffee, I'll be able to tell more of a difference. You know, so yeah, because this tool is not just espresso. I mean, I think more people use it for filter coffee anyway. Okay, let's drop the puck screen, and then we're gonna go right into pulling another shot. All right. Okay, lock the focus and get the timer up here again. Same process with the shot glasses. Okay, once the A starts flashing, you can place your shot glass up here. Yeah, it works a lot better doing it with one cup from the crew and one from not neutral, so they can be closer together. Okay, here we go. Again, hopefully this time it's gonna be like 10 seconds faster. I like to see 25 seconds here and maybe 35 seconds on the total overall shot time. Okay, here comes the pressure. I'm gonna close it up a little bit. Let it come in nice and slow. Perfect. Now this is a lot more like it. Okay, I only got it up to 7 bar. And again, that's because I adjusted my, let me concentrate on this. I'll tell you in a second. Okay, I wanted to get my 45 grams out. I went a little bit over, 46.8, 17, now it's a little bit fast, 28, 17. So maybe I should have done grind size 16 and a half, 16, something like that. Okay, so this shot was a little bit fast, but for dark roast, I think this shot's gonna be way better than the previous. So give me a second. Okay, lock the focus. Of course, being that it's the first time I'm using the Horizon, I'm sure when this video comes out, some people are gonna tell me that, oh, you did this wrong, or you did that wrong, or you're supposed to do this or that, and I know that's gonna happen. I'm going based on what I've seen people do online and Simon's recommendations. And all right, here we go. So this time, let me see if I can do okay, to get it going is just press it once. And then I have to hold it down a little bit so it makes the vacuum. Okay, and if you could see, it's holding onto the cup, So we're gonna wait for 40 seconds. Move this back this way a little bit. So yeah, we still have our vacuum seal. Yes, we do. Now we're at 20 seconds. We're gonna go all the way to 40. Last time, with 40 seconds, it was a little bit more evident what was going on. It was, killing some of that upfront acidity. 39, 40. Now we hold it. It says release. And then it lets go of the cup. All right, there we go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, some folks will say that I did this wrong or that wrong, or I need to do this or that, but we'll see, we'll get into it. Of course, I'm gonna return this back to Simon. I'm not gonna keep this tool. I don't see too much of a benefit at least for me, man. I'm just some dude, I'm just some guy. I don't need this to make good coffee. So it's a press and hold for off. Now it's off. All right, let's taste them. So this one, I did the Horizon. Okay. This one, no Horizon. Again, it could be placebo, but from the first impressions, again, I like the one, no Horizon. Let me see. Try one more time. Okay. This is no Horizon. Yeah, they're almost the same. Not too much difference at all with dark roast. It was more evident with the light roast, but push come to shove, and it could be placebo. I'm telling you right now, it could be placebo. I might not be able to do this on a blind tasting. I'm gonna say today, just no Horizon. It's just better, don't do anything. Last time with the light roast, the upfront acidity did seem to dull down a little bit, especially when I did the 40 seconds. And because that particular shot came out with a bit much acidity, I ended up liking the one with the Horizon a little bit better. Today, things flipped around. I like as a matter of fact, I'm gonna drink this just like this. I'm gonna add a little bit more coffee to my cortado, like that. And we're gonna play around with a milk drink, see if I can do better latte art today. Give me a second and I'll see you on the next clip.
Told me why they call them ends, and I practice how she was acting then. Now it's on your mind, why you roaming when, why you go alive, what you holding on to. Words that you say you don't mean, it's the pain in my chest. Yeah, I know it's true that I've been a little distant, I guess. Words that you say you don't mean, it's the pain in my chest. You know you're still mine. Yeah, I know it's true that I've been a little distant, I guess. You know you're still mine. Ends don't mean why they call them ends, and I practice how she was acting then. Now it's on your mind, why you roaming when, why you go alive, what you holding on to. Can we flex, touch the man for a season? Baby, get away from me, I was in the deep end. Can we flex, touch the man for a season? Baby, get away from me, I was in the deep end. I'm so picky still, picked the wrong one, say you won't hit me one. Kissing we're done, say it got sticky still. Didn't discuss, stay with your Achilles day. Killing this us. Recap, it's a long one. Dig that for someone. Blue box, it's a long one. Too cold, I was too strong. Dots on a blow one. Send me shots, I don't want one. You know how we done. Ends don't mean why they cooling man. And I practice how she was acting then. Now it's on your mind. What you roaming with? Why you got a lot? What you holding on to? Make them run. Why you know how it done? Get some land. You know how it done.
All right, let me show you guys. It turned out to be a sad little heart today. No wiggles. I didn't do a great job. I haven't practiced really in a long time. It's been quite a while since I tried doing some latte art. Not that I was ever any good at it, but but this one is it's not great, not great. However, the main thing is the flavor, the taste. So let's let me refocus, and then I'm gonna try it. Give it a little taste. Cheers. Yeah, taste-wise, it's dialed in. Actually, after a sip, the heart looks better now. So, you know, I wouldn't be upset with this if I went to a coffee shop somewhere and that's what they gave me. I'd be okay with it, especially if it tasted the way it does now. And here's the shot. You know, the shot is well dialed in. It's nice. It's got a pop of, like I said, like a little pop of cherry or some kind of berry up front. A little bit of fruitiness up front, and then you get your traditional, you know, like dark chocolate, caramel kind of flavors. Yep, just a traditional tasting espresso. Okay, let me bring the camera back. I'll talk to you guys for a second. All right, friends. Cheers. Yeah, definitely for me, you know, for milk drinks, I prefer something dark. I don't want a bunch of acidity mixed in with the milk. It just doesn't taste good to me. I much rather these kind of traditional flavors. That's lovely, absolutely delicious. So far the Horizon, you know, it does seem to make somewhat of a difference. Because it's such a small difference, some of what I'm seeing perhaps is placebo. Perhaps I do need to leave the seal on for longer, a minute, 2 minutes. I will try that. So maybe the next Sunday, maybe we'll try this again. Maybe we'll do a shot of dark roast again, a shot of light roast again, and leave it on for like a minute and a half or something, like a long time, and see if it, you know, does something more noticeable. And then we'll play around with some filter coffee and try it with filter coffee as well. See what it does with that. You know, it's an interesting tool. Like Simon told me, and once I started doing my own research, what I saw online is that, you know, most people's experience with the Horizon has been somewhat negative. And Simon suspects that the reason is because they leave it on for just way too long. You know, a minute or 2 minutes is like too long. A few seconds is just enough to kind of cut a little bit upfront acidity if you get the shot wrong, or if it's just a coffee that has very high acidity and you want to dull it down a little bit, it could get the job done. And it seemed to work with the light roast. Today, you know, if I would push come to shove, I like the shot with no Horizon better. The Horizon seemed to worsen the shot a little bit. But again, it was such a small difference that perhaps it's just placebo. I don't know. Anyway, do I have a little bit of the shot left? I think I had a little bit left. Yes, I do. Here it is. One last little sip. Sad to see you go, buddy, but this is it. That last little bit is just pretty much straight up room temperature. Definitely you get like that dark chocolate caramel, somewhat little caramel sweetness, or maybe burnt sugar sweetness in the background. And this does have a little fruitiness up front. A little pop of like what I like to call cherry, or maybe berries. Yeah, I've seen the Lavazza Rosa kind of have that as well. However, the last bag that I purchased didn't have it. It's just kind of just more traditional. This one seemed to be a little bit lighter roasted, and it's got it. Besides, this one is 100% Arabica. I don't know how much difference that's making. Perhaps a little bit. I'm gonna finish this in a second. Yeah, that's delicious. All right, but I'm gonna let you guys go here. This video probably is dragged on long enough. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. My coffee family here on YouTube. Next Sunday, perhaps we'll be pulling another couple more shots, maybe another dark roast shot and a light roast shot, and leave this thing on for like a whole minute and a half and see what happens then. After that, we'll go back to the bottomless, put a filter, back to our normal kind of thing on Sundays. And moving forward, I will play with some filter coffee. Perhaps I'll do that live, or maybe I'll do it on Fridays. I don't know. You'll see it. You'll eventually see me try the Horizon also with filter coffee. If I'm using it wrong or I'm doing something wrong with it, by all means, drop into the comments. I answer everyone. I want you to participate. That's what makes this fun. If you guys have noticed, I've done quite a bit of live videos. So I'm super happy that every time I've gone live, there's been at least one or two of you guys to keep me company there. And it's been a lot of fun. Most of the videos I've been making have been lives. I'm still trying to do edited videos for Sundays. However, I only have about 4 ready. So, there is a possibility that on a Sunday, maybe I either go live or you're not gonna see a Sunday video because I just didn't get anything ready on time. Going live has been a game changer and I really love it. Just the fact that you're done and you turn off everything and basically all I have to do is add the thumbnail and put a title and a description of the video. It takes a few minutes and I'm done. There's no editing and sitting at the computer for hours. Okay. Yeah, sitting at the computer for hours, it depends on the project I'm working on. If I'm trying to do something more like cinematic and kind of using my creativity, then those kind of projects are more exciting to sit down and edit and do. Some edits are fun to do, but this type of video is just kind of putting all the clips together, cutting out nonsense, which is just super boring. So going live and just, even if there's nonsense, it just stays on there. At least I don't have to spend hours trying to cut out the nonsense. It just makes it so much better and easier. But anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys. I know that my voice sounds a little bit funny. I've been a little bit under the weather for the last few days. I feel okay, but my voice is still a little bit, sounds different. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. Please remember to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.